Welcome, 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 everybody. It's your girl Delores and my good brother Jay News here for the Hip the Ropes podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is forgot what episode this is, but we're here on the 1st of December. Yay, last month of the year. And so this kicks off for me the first official day of content creation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got 30 days. 30 whole days, Jesus. Pray for me, J News. Um, of content creation. We'll talk about that later when we get into the things. But J News, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's I, your good brother Jay News. We back at it again here on the Hit the Roast podcast, talking everything pro wrestling for the week that was. So Dolores and I will get into things and break things down, and hopefully you'll get well informed and entertained at the same time.
Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I am checking out the channel because I don't know why. Sometimes the chat works, sometimes it doesn't. So make sure you go check out. We're live on J News and my channel, so make sure you check us out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the weekend review and the week preview. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the ropes podcast. So it's time for review. I'm going to start the good show off today with WWE. We will have a WWE uh, pay per view towards the end of this. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw. It was live. Listen, Jay News, did you see any of Monday Night Raw before we get into this good
I did.
this show?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it or dislike it before we get into the deeds of the deeds?
I mean, uh, there were a couple of things. Everything that happened made sense, right? The main thing that I took away from Raw was obviously, well, for me, was the big verbal fight between members of the New Day, be it Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. That was the biggest thing that I took away from that particular night. Everything else was more run of the mill stuff for me. But I wanted to pimp to accentuate that because 10th anniversary show is tomorrow, and we shall see how it all breaks down.
I don't
For
know if you
the
watched the after shows of the pay per views, but we'll talk about that and what Big E had to say.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you see the matches are scrolling below. First, we had the Tornado Tag Team match. American made Brutus Creed, Julius Creed defeated the LWO of Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. We had a non-title match. Ludwig Kaiser defeated Braun Breaker by DQ. We have the WWE Tag Team title match. The Judgment Day of Finn Balor and JD McDonough, or Mr. Big Head himself, the champions defeated the World Raiders of Eric and Ivar. We had Alpha Academy, Akira, Tozawa, and Otis with Maxine Dupree in their corner defeat the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. We had a non-title War Games Advantage match. Bianca Belair defeated Nia Jax. So, J News.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to talk about on this fine, fine show?
Nah, I mean, from the things that I saw and that I can recall and remember, the only thing that led into anything that happened yesterday on Survivor Series was probably the backstage comments that Finn made in regards to what's been going on with the Judgment Day, and still, Finn creating this tension with Dominic. So we'll see how that goes and things of that nature. I think the only other thing I want to mention is as well is that I think like they're going backwards with Maxine Dupree's character. Like she seems to be falling back into like old habits and things of that nature, character wise. I'm not sure that necessarily does anything for her development. So uh, those are the only two things that off the top of my head that I can say.
I just want to say I I like I used to like Maxine Dupree because I thought maybe she was just a undercover hidden wrestler who could really do. She just don't do it for me no more. Like either you're gonna be good in the ring, good outside the ring, but if you can't do both, you got to hit the road jack. Also, um, during that commercial we saw at the pay per view, I just want to notate, Maxine, let your lips go, let them go. You had them things. One side was jacked up higher than the other, and I was like, sis, why you doing this to yourself? Because I try to treat you like a stepchild, like how you have that. You don't know, but you might have a stepsister that been out there traveling the road. I try to treat her like that. Instead, she out here messing it up. I know you want lips like mine, but you can't have. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the road with NXT. NXT on the 26th. These are the matches listed below. Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying match. Ethan Page defeated Axiom with Nathan Frazier in his corner. Lola Vice defeated Ren Sinclair with Charlie Dempsey in her corner. For the WWE NXT North American title match, Tony D'Angelo with Andrea Rizzo, the champion, defeated Shawn Spears with Brooks Jensen in his corner. Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying match. Julia defeated Kalani Jordan. WWE Women's North American title match. Fallon Henley with JC Jane and Jamie Nix helping her out. Defeated Tatum Paxley. For the WWE NXT number one contendership match, Ridge Holland defeated Andre Chase. Anything you want to say about these?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna start something that I probably shouldn't start, but it is what it is.
Go ahead,
I'm
Jimmy.
I'm a fan of hers, and I'm gonna say it. Free Ren Sinclair. I'm tired of her having a job to everybody. Free Ren. That's all I gotta say about that. Um, Tahuti Miles, aka I don't man. Shantae the Adonis. Shantae the Adonis.
That's
I
your
don't
friend.
I don't know what they're trying to do with this boy, Dolores. It just seems it just seems so
So wrong.
it seems so wrong.
Yeah.
But he plays the character to a T, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Um, nothing wrong with the ladies that or the amount of women that he tried to talk to within this time.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
since he started this new gimmick, but I think it's a bit much at this time. He is trying to be this Lothario in which he is not
He's
at
a
the
ladies' man with no ladies. That's
uh,
the first.
basically
Listen,
at the end of the day.
hey,
Also,
I know you were looking at me. She was like, "Nope, not looking at you, Sada. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you want to talk to me. No, I don't."
I also want to mention the fact that the internet had a lot of fun with when Ava took the bump to the floor during all that chaos in the back with the tag teams, and one of the boys smacked her, ended up hitting the door. The door smacks Ava. Ava takes a bump. She goes down, and the internet, by all accounts, went straight to the next week on NXT. We're gonna see like 400 Samoans watch end up and ascend on NXT. I was like, well,
Listen, all
you
I
know,
saw when I saw that was I hope she didn't break nothing because she
no,
always like
no,
to do.
no. You know,
How she in the wind blow. She be, broke something. So so I was like, sis,
you know,
be safe
it's
out here.
yeah, it's a yeah. I think she's doing. At the end of the day, I feel like she's doing a solid job with what she's been given. Um, Lola Vice and Jada Parker still seem to be on
Jada
their way.
Park.
Miss Parker, love Miss Parker. Anyway, um, anyways,
Ladies and gentlemen, he loves Miss Parker. He
I
loves
love
her.
Miss Parker, but at the end of the day, I feel like I don't know where they're going with Jada. To be quite honest, like sometimes they have her. Sometimes they have her appear real strong. Other times they have her appear real weak. So there's really like a lot of what people call 50-50 booking with her. So
Mhm.
I'm not necessarily sure as to where they're going. Same thing with Lola Vice. So it's like I don't know. We saw the return of Gigi Dolan. Uh, yeah. Um,
Jay News, the fact that that was the best you can come up with means
no, you know
that's
I
not
don't.
the type. That's not the show that we gonna say is the best this week.
Yeah, Gigi's back. She still has her beef with Toxic Attraction. Well, not Toxic Attraction. Whatever they call themselves now. These girls, the group of girls. Um,
Doing too much.
and
That's what I call them. Doing too
yeah,
much.
and she's back, and Gigi looks like um she's back better than ever. I feel like Gigi slimmed down quite a bit. Um, and
You
hopefully,
noticed that? Jay News, you know
I
that's
did.
what you noticed, huh?
I noticed that. I hope that it provides her some longevity in the ring because she's another one who's been constantly injured over the years. So hopefully, the being in better shape and things of that nature provides her more longevity in the ring. And if it doesn't, then whatever works at this point. The tag team chaos stuff I think it's fun for the most part, but they've got to work that out within the next couple of weeks. I think deadline's this Saturday, so they'll have.
Yes, and we'll be talking about that because, as you see, hopefully my tag partner, which will be Ruby, not workhouse less than ever. Ruby will be available with me to do it this Saturday because
Nice.
we're the Peacock twins. Dude. Um, ladies and gentlemen, so hey Ruby, she's like, hey sis, hey J News, I got the tubes on, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, also in the chat, pin to the top is J News' channel. Make sure you check that out. We are going to go on to
Hey,
the
Ruby.
next show. See, she said, "Hey, J News." Oh, J News get a special hey. Okay, that's how we gonna do it. Uh, the next thing on is a SmackDown. SmackDown was on the 29th.
On Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the matches listed below. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Andrade. We had a non-title match where Cody Rhodes defeated Carmelo Hayes. We had for the WWE Women's United States Title Tournament first round triple threat match. Michin defeating Lash Legend and Piper Niven. And War Games Advantage match, Jacob Fatu defeating Jey Uso. Anything from that?
Uh, Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Andrade was quite the match. So I'll say that about that. I like that Shinsuke is tapping into his darker side, taking a page out of his one of his favorites of all time, the Keiji Mutos of the world, the great Mutos of the world, taking a page out of that grand book. I also want to mention the fact that we had this. How can I put this? You know,
I'm gonna try to see how you gonna put this. That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that.
I think that the ladies' match was okay, right? I always like nowadays in recent memory, I feel like Lash is doing a lot of good work in the ring. I like the fact that they're using her on main roster, her and Jakara both, so that's good for them. I like that Michin got the win. They're giving her something to do, so that's cool. I'm still going with Chelsea Green to win the title eventually, so that's just me. Um, you know, it yeah, uh, there was the Cody
Mhm.
Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes match, man. Look, listen, I've got to say this because I've got to say it. Um, I think I have to be honest with myself. I jumped off the Cody Rhodes bandwagon once
Oh no!
once
Oh
he once he completed the story, Dolores. I feel like I tapped out. I feel like I was done. Um, I cannot for whatever reason nowadays, I see him on interviews. I see him talking to people, and I just
This
can't.
is Homelander. I don't know if you saw the clip where they compared it when
Yeah,
Homelander was walking down the hall and they were like,
yeah.
"You ain't
He's
got it no more." That's just what it is.
he's 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 coming off like such a politician that it's cringy,
I'm
right? And
saying,
I don't
don't
like
talk about my man. Don't mess with my
I
man.
don't like to feel that way, Dolores. But like, you know what said it all to me? His appearance on Jimmy Fallon on Friday night. That to me, I was like, you know what, Cody, I
You know
give up.
what?
I can't do it no
Listen,
more, man. I
listen.
can't do it
As
no more.
a true Cody fan, and I love him to death. Okay, I love him to the end of the earth. Cody, Ornthal, Devontae Gonzalez, Hector Rose. Okay, he's everything you want him to be. I I had more excitement for Ellie. If you all know who Ellie is, the Liberty mascot to be on Jimmy
Oh,
Fallon, than I did for Cody.
Ellie's dope though.
I was like, "Go Ellie!" And she was out there like, "Oh, get Ellie!" And when Cody came, I was like, "Whoa, yeah."
Ellie's dope though. Yeah, I can't. I don't. And I'm not trying to bash on the dude. It's just that what he's doing now just doesn't
Cody,
feel
I need you to
authentic.
listen to the sound of my voice. I need Brandy because Brandy brings a type of a wholeness out of you where you think you the crap and can't nobody take it. I need that, okay? Because I wanted to be full circle. I think Kevin Owens realized it. Cody doesn't like you. He just needed you. Okay? That's when we need to get into villain Cody. Is that he reveals, I don't like none of you suckers, okay? I just needed the title, and I know that man had 50 friends, and I needed 51. That's all I needed.
I
I
just
need Glock Arn to come out. I need Brandy with the fire in the table to come out. I need that to come out because we were edging. Pause for those who are in a dog type of world. I don't mean that type of edge. Edging meaning like he was close to the edge. I'll tell you later, J News.
I don't be knowing, folks. I don't be knowing sometimes, you
Yeah,
know.
J News and Ruby are very much clean in these streets. Hallelujah, praise God. Okay. I, on the other hand, know this stuff because I'm just curious. I hear
Interesting.
it and I'm like, what you say? What does that mean? Oh, that's what it is. You ever seen those videos where they say, don't look up such and such? I'm the person who immediately starts typing as soon as they said don't. You
I hear
said
you.
don't look at aliens, and I look it up like, what is that?
I hear you.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
where I'm
think
at with
I
Cody
think
Rhodes.
this should have been a warning for me about what's about to happen next. So, ladies and gentlemen, after SmackDown, we have what we had to watch along. It was Survivor Series War Game. Ladies and gentlemen, and these are the matches. We had a tornado tag match with oh sorry, that was the wrong one. That was for Monday. I can tell you what happened on the pay per view because I was there. We had Bailey, Bianca, Io Sky, Naomi. Happy birthday, Naomi! Rhea Ripley defeat Candice LeRae, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton. We have for the WWE United States title match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeat LA Knight in a title change. And for WWE Intercontinental Triple Threat match, Braun Breaker, he broke out on man. Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus took the L. For the WWE Heavyweight title match, Gunther defeated Damian Priest. For the War Games men match, CM Punk and the OG Bloodline, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn, with Paul Heyman in their corner, defeated the Bloodline of Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sokoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. J News, what did you feel about this match?
So from I'm gonna go in order here. So with the women's War Games match,
Mm-hmm.
it it picked up steam after the actual match started, right? All the stuff before the actual match
For me, I
started.
didn't like that match at all. And I thought when you had Bailey, uh, Bianca, Io, listen, Tiffy, I love you. It's Tiffy time. I love all of that. But I just want to let you know, boo, you were scared. I was scared. We were scared together when you jumped off that thing. Okay? You ain't no Charlotte Flair. Stop this. Stop this immediately. Okay?
Yeah, she did
Because you
well.
had a one woman, it should have been just one thing at a time. You had one woman on the other side jumping off inside of a trash can. And then you had one woman who was shaking on the top of the shaking, leaping, and pretty much almost just thinking if I could just stick the landing. That was it. One
Yeah.
did not. If we do a split screen, one, I was like, I hope she make it. The other one, I was like, I know she gonna make it because she making sure everybody in place before she make that leap.
Mm.
And then she even looked scared and even was like, oh, looking over to the other side, like, we got to do this. Girl, stop. Stick to the top rope. Stick to the top rope. I could have did J News. I was so disappointed in that match. I could have took my monitor and just flung it across the room.
It wasn't as good as previous women's War Games matches. I'll say that. It had some moments like when Tiffy went and got her Money in the Bank briefcase out of that trash can, and they gave us another tease about her cashing in. That was cool. Io with the trash can off the top of the cage. That was cool. They didn't really give much credence. I don't feel they didn't give much credence to Tiffy coming off the top of the cage, but
I want to say
she did her
as
best.
bad I was bad at the women's match. Oh y'all think I got some critiques? Wait till we get to the end. Okay? That really dug into my side.
But they
Listen,
didn't. They didn't. I guess they're going more for a long term story here with what happened with
after
Jade.
what I seen, it's no excuse why Jay wasn't in there. Y'all talking about she a newbie, she knew, she did.
No,
I
no,
don't
no. They're that I think that was more story. That was more of a story element than anything else. At the end of
but
the day, you know.
most of the people think that they did it because she was a newer person and didn't want to get her hurt in there. But you had Tiffy in there. Listen, if you all do not remember the pain and the suffering over at Workhouse Wrestling Network when I had to say Tiffany and that fake Boston crab she had, it wasn't even Boston crab. It was just like my nephew could do a better job. It was not worth it, and I think that I thought that she had did better. Naya, A, you out here looking like the Lion King. Stop it. Stop it. Immediately. You making us big girls disappointed. B, you out here light shot. She swung that chest. I'm like, girl, if you don't swing for the fences, she just lightly tapped people. And I'm like, look, Naya, I have been rooting for you. I have been out here swinging on folks, Debo style, to get you just say, hey, she doing better. She training. Even before she got hired back with WWE, I was like, she out here training. She with Moose. She doing good. Everybody's like, she's up. And I was like, no, she don't. She doing great. Then you started doing good, and I was like, look at her. I told you so. And in one match, you showed me why I shouldn't have been that excited. Okay? Because she was out here love tapping folks. I have gotten swung on more harder than that. Okay?
I mean, look, at the
She
end of the
needs to have the what's that?
yeah,
The Alabama whatever brawl, the Alabama brawl kind of swing. She didn't have none of that. She
but
lightly tapped them.
but the thing about it is, right? She does have, or at least the perception has been about her that she's a little rough around the edges and she's a little reckless. So she wasn't trying to be reckless, Dolores. Which one is it gonna be? Which one
Listen,
is it gonna be?
listen. First of all, my good sister Jay had the same reputation by some people.
Who?
Jay, she had a reputation of being hard hitting.
I don't think so.
No, no. Did you? Hey, RX Skills. Do you not remember in the not the road to, but the show they used to have on AEW? Cody had to have a meeting with her because two or three of the women had came in and said that she was hitting them too hard.
Yeah, those two or three women ain't no longer there no more.
One of them is. One of them is.
Like
But
yeah.
see,
Anyways,
but see, but see, that's the thing. So my girl was out here. She didn't know her strength. And I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you're a big girl, I am
she's a
one.
taller woman. She is,
When
yes.
you jump and you land on somebody, that you can't really control all that. Okay? It's gonna just go wow. That's all it's gonna do. So if you just get hurt, that sounds like you shouldn't have asked for that move. That's it.
You can always
Now
go. You
I
can
just saw
always,
that same move. We'll talk about it in a minute. From Alley Catch, the macro man. They let it call him macro man.
God. Anyways,
I saw
but
that same move, and I was like, "See, that's the weight, the
but
spirit, G." I, was
but
like,
to go
I
through
would like
the
to see Naya do it to him.
I hear you. But to go through the rest of the show here, after the women's match, it was Shinsuke Nax getting the win over LA Knight. I appreciated that. I already talked about his character evolution, that of Shinsuke Nakamura, so that's cool. I think that they're not taking the foot off the gas with LA Knight. They're just trying to basically give him more depth as a baby face. I think so. He's going to just fight from under for the next God knows how long. At this
You know
point,
what? It was time for him to leave anyway. I hate to say it.
but there was the triple threat match. I thought was way better than I anticipated it to be. So that was cool. Shouts to all three of those men. And then the men's war games match. The storytelling was done from within the individual cells and the walks to the ring. The match itself was okay. How the end of the match was also okay, but at the end of the day, I also want to preface this by saying, at this point, at least I am in the mindset of where is this going to go, right? So
You know
I think that's the
what?
positive thing that I got away from it. So,
You know
uh,
where this is gonna go in a bad direction. First of all, was it Tamatonga?
Tommy,
No, it
yeah.
was with the intro where they
Mhm.
were like, what university? He was like, University of Texas. And I'm like, did somebody let him do this? First of all, did they let him do this and knew he was gonna do it and knew that they would make him look like an a-hole? Or he was supposed to do something else and he did that and they was like, well, you know what? Tama, you always mess up, so let's just go ahead and go with it. Which one was it? Because you shortly afterwards had Tonga logo from the university. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then you had Solo go. No, Jacob Fontugo, University of I love you, Solo. That was like everybody had something.
Right.
Tell me what was you thinking? Yeah.
Tonga Loa was doing Tonga Loa things at the end of the day.
Listen,
And it was
Tonga Lord, I used to hear people say, you was a boring man. And I used to say to myself, not my Tonga. Yes, you are. Yes, you were everything that I said it during live. If that was an ocean, it had went to a desert. It just was like, Tonga,
I mean,
stop.
he didn't lie to anybody. He didn't misinform anybody. He told the truth during his little promo bit there. So, that's the
Listen,
university he went to. He played football there and everything.
they
So,
probably were like, please don't say us. Please do not say us. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Tongaloa was it Tama or Tonga? I get them confused. No, I don't, because one is fine. The other one is okay. Tonga, who couldn't get the tables into the ring and had to get assistance.
yeah,
Jacob
yeah,
had to assist. I
yeah.
said, sir, I seen the women throw these tables in here. I know you can do it. You can do it, sir. You can do it. Them are church tables. How many of us church kids done had to pick up a church table? Come on now. I know you can do it.
It's
It disappointed me. Also, the whole Punk thing. Soon as he wouldn't let Punk out, I was like, so you done made him mad. Now I cannot wait, as somebody said earlier on some podcast I was watching, to watch the inside conversation that they were having with each other. Because somebody described it as the old married couple when like you know how like the man might want to let a lady out the elevator and the wife like, oh, bring your butt back. Let them go on off by themselves. Then they start arguing in the car. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to see that. Because I have a bad feeling Paul Heyman, he a CM Punk guy. And I'm a CM
you,
Punk girl.
I think that whatever this favor ends up being is going to be for the betterment of the story. So we'll see how it all breaks down, though. We'll see how it all breaks down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on to AEW. AEW. And we're going to go to AEW Dynamite Thanksgiving Eve edition
Mhm.
on 11/27. These are the matches scrolling below. We had the Continental Classic 2024 Blue League match. Shelton Benjamin at 3 defeated Mark Briscoe, who still is at 0. ROH World Title match. That blood sucking vampire Chris Jericho is still champion. He defeated Tomohiro Ishii. Oh Lord. Continental Classic Gold League match. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Ricochet. Ricochet at 0. Wrestle Dynasty International Women's Cup Qualifier Tournament Semifinal Match. Jesus. Tony, cut these words down. Jamie Hayter defeated Queen Aminata. Continental Classic Gold League match. Brody King defeated Darby Allin. I'm sorry, I forgot to put Darby's number. Lee J, which is EJ Ndupu, and Lee Johnson.
Did you just jump to ROH?
I'm sorry. Did I?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
sorry. That was just me. I was just tired of this at this point. Uh Listen, I can't stand Chris Jericho. If you can't stand Chris Jericho with me, say I do. Because that man,
I felt like I felt like that match got out of hand, and it shouldn't have.
it should have
Um,
never happened. It should have
that
never happened.
that match went further than I thought it should have. Um, but whatever, I guess.
What's that
Um,
song say? Love should have brought you home last night. That's
okay,
what I hope. That's what
I
I hope Chris Jericho do. Go home.
I think all the league matches for the Continental Classic went well. Shelton had a strong showing, which is always good to see the standard of excellence doing his damn thing. I thought that the Claudio Castagnoli versus Ricochet match was really, really good. Um, so there's that. Jamie Hayter versus Queen Aminata, what was good. Brody King versus Darby Allin added another layer to their particular feud, but also added another layer to what's going on with the Death Riders. So we're starting to see how the AEW side is starting to shape up against the Death Riders. We'll see how it all breaks down in eventuality, but right now, we've never necessarily seen members or any members of the House of Black really side on or pick a side of anything. But for Brody King basically to come to the aid of Darby Allin, and in his backstage promo after the match, basically told John Moxley, "Hey man, I'm going to take you and your cronies out." That was a good tiff, because I felt like, okay, they might be giving the House of Black something different to do. So I'm looking out for that uh, from this particular show as well. So the future with that particular storyline of the Death Riders, John Moxley and his crew, and as to who is gonna be the new flagship faction for the AEW side to tussle with the Death Riders, I think is a very intriguing endeavor going into the future. So I wanted to make those points about Dynamite. I can't hear you, Dolores.
Me and the mute button still fighting them decades later. I was saying that I agree with what you said. Jay News is very eloquent. I'm very like I can be, but sometimes the hood got to jump out every once in a while. I want to thank everybody who is on my side and Jay News side because Jay News got some people over on his side.
Appreciate
Ladies and
everybody
gentlemen.
watching live.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the next show, which you've already heard me start talking about. It is ROH. I want to say Tony Khan, even though you got these long names for these matches on Dynamite, you have graced me by cutting these matches down. I want to say thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise God. Ladies and gentlemen, scrolling on the bottom, we have the Ring of Honor Club 92 on the 28th of November. Lee J, which is EJ Nduku, and Lee Johnson defeated Anthony and Cubes. Yes, they getting wild with these names. And wait till we get to GCW. If you are a very Christian person, when we get to GCW, you might want to hold on. Queen Aminata defeated Christina Marie. Eminem Connection, Mansoor, and Mason defeated Iron Savages of Beefcake Boulder and Buck Bronson with Jack Jameson in their corner. We had a pure rules match. Matt Taven defeated Josh Woods with Arya Davari and Mark Sterling in his corner. AR Fox defeated John Silver with Alex Reynolds and Evil Uno in their corner. We had a throwback fight without honor match. Eddie Kingston defeated Chris Hero with Sarah Del Rey and Shane in his corner. We have the conglomeration of Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, Rocky Romero defeat grizzled young veterans of James Drake and Zach Gibson, along with Pat Buck.
Wait a minute, they had Pat wrestling?
Pat really didn't do too much.
That's wow. Okay.
I would say Pat did. Listen, by the time we got to that point, I was like, I know they're gonna win. I'm sick and tired of this. Because this is the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna give you some inside baseball with me. I have to watch this stuff, and as you all hear, sometimes I say certain parts that stick out to me. The rest of it, I try to erase from my memory immediately. That was when I tried to slowly but surely erase it from my memory
Hmm.
because I go into this already knowing what's going to happen. Sometimes, and sometimes I come in here blind. And when I come in here blind into a show, I enjoy it more better than I do
You're
when
al-
I.
you're always better off going in blind. Always.
Yeah,
Always.
because by the time I saw it, I was like, Pat Buck, he gonna lose. Do I really even care about this match anymore? No. But what I did see and remember, it was okay. I enjoyed the which match did I enjoy out of? Let's go back. Let's go back. On my computer, haywire in it. Um, I kind of did enjoy the. I talked about the Righteous defeating the Beefcake and JD Drake. Um, the Eminem collection and Iron Savages, it was funny to me
Hmm.
because it was more like almost like a gimmick match, almost like
Yeah.
two wild teams together. But it was fun, and I would probably watch that again because I'm just like just the characters alone mixing into each other
Mhm.
made the match funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, Rampage 173 on the 30th. We had Thunder Rosa defeating Harley Graham, which is Harley Cameron. Why are we doing this? Name change, Harley. This is whoo Jesus. Hechitero defeated Commander. The Beast Mortis defeated Serpentico. Atlantis Jr. Shibata Mascara Dorada defeated Action Andretti Type Flight, consisting of Dante Martin and Darius Martin. Jennings, did you see this and did you like any of it?
I didn't get to see any of the Rampage stuff outside of one match, which was the Harley Graham versus Thunder Rosa match. Um, and that was not as good as their previous two matches, to be quite honest. I felt like this particular Harley Graham match probably would have worked better as a comedy match, but they didn't necessarily fully do that in this instance. So um, I thought that was kind of a throwaway in that sense. Hechicero and Commander, man, those two dudes, they always put on lucha clinics, man. So I got to give it to them when they do their thing. The Beast Mortos, aka Big Frank, beating beating Serpentico, um, was was uh, was an easy one to determine. And I've never been a big fan of Atlantis Jr. as a luchador. But it was great.
Listen, they're getting in the Spanish bed, ladies. Watch out.
But Mascara Dorada was always like a good. He's always a good luchador to watch. Shibata's the man since the beginning of time. And I want to see what these boys in Top Flight got, man. Like the crew now isn't as together as they once were. Like I haven't seen Leo on TV in like a week and a half. Action Andretti was doing something a little bit. He was being more aggressive, but then that wasn't working. But now they had, I don't know if this particular match continued on that story of how they're basically breaking apart or not. But you know, I want to see bigger and better things from the entirety of the group of Top Flight that includes that Dante and Darius Martin and Action Andretti and Leo Rush and even Layla Gray. I want to see bigger and better things for them, man. So hopefully, more for them in the future.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. After Rampage, we had Collision on the same date. It was Collision 71. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the matches scrolling at the bottom. We had Mina Shirakawa defeat Leela Gray. For the Continental Classic Gold League match, we had Will Ospreay at 3 defeat Juice Robinson at 0. We had Mystico and Private Party, Queen and Zay defeat Johnny TV and the Eminem Collection, Mansoor and Mason. Listen, they out here killing it. Continental Classic Blue League, we had Kyle Fletcher at 3 defeat the Beast Mortos at 0. The Outrunners of Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd defeat Iron Savages of BK Motor. Why we keep doing this match over and over again? Like, what?
Mm.
By the time we got to Collision one, because I had to watch it over again because I was watching WWE, so I watched it this morning. I was like, why are we doing this again? Why? Why? We had Adam Page defeat Willa Yuta in a non-title Continental Classic Blue League match. Daniel Garcia and Kazuchika Okada had one apiece because of a time limit draw.
Absolutely. That was good, excellent booking. You do not make Daniel Garcia look weak after winning a championship. So good on Tony for that. Um, you don't make the best tournament wrestler of all time look weak by losing to a guy who just won a championship. So making the draw happen works in this particular case. Banger of a match between Will Ospreay and Juice Robinson. Those dudes have a lot of chemistry from their days in New Japan. Kyle Fletcher and Big Frank, the Beast Mordos, they put on a hell of a match for their Blue League match. So props to them. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how many more times I'm supposed to watch the Outrunners versus the Iron Savages. That match has been on repeat since the ROH days. So they need to give.
Oh, I'm so mad about. I'm so mad about that. Okay.
So they need to do something about that. Um, there was a match here I wanted to talk about. Yes, the Adam Page versus Wheeler Yuta match. This particular match continued on with the story, the with the Death Riders. Adam Page, after he beat Wheeler Yuta for the 1, 2, 3, basically wanted to break Wheeler Yuta's neck with a chair the same way that they broke
Yes.
Chucky T's neck. but he was stopped by the one and only Switchblade Jay White, and Switchblade Jay White stopped Adam Page just to give Wheeler Yuta a Blade Runner at the end of the day. And Wheeler Yuta was left in the ring to take all this punishment while his cohorts in the Death Riders were watching from the crowd. And they did not come in and help Wheeler Yuta.
They don't
Uh,
like that man like that.
so they didn't want any piece of the Hangman and the Switchblade. So we see that going on as well. So that furthers the story there towards the AEW Championship for Adam Page and Switchblade Jay White. So they're in that bubble with Moxley, but we have all these other acts and talents in AEW uh, starting to percolate to see who's going to come together to take down this Death Riders entity uh, here in however long this particular storyline takes. So yeah, I wanted to mention that there as well. Oh, can't forget about Mina because we all want Mina. Mina
You
Shirakawa,
want me to. That's what you want me to.
we all want Mina. Um, so Mina Shirakawa did a decent job. I thought Layla Gray had a good showing versus Mina in this match. So props to her there, doing her bit and doing her job of making Mina look good, but at the same time making herself look good. So, shouts to Layla Gray there, but Mina Shirakawa doing AEW TV work so that people can get a feel for her before her AEW Women's Title match at Winter is coming, which is in about 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I think. So
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the next show, which is TNA Wrestling. We got two things to talk about this week. It is starting off with their go home show, the Thanksgiving special on the 28th. Ladies and gentlemen, the matches are scrolling below. We had Joe Hendry, because I believe in Joe Hendry, PCO, who I wish would go, and Sammy Callahan, who we ain't gonna say it, defeated the system of Eddie Edwards, JDC, and Moose with Alicia Edwards and Brian Myers in their corner. We had for the TNA Knockouts World title match, Jordan Grace defeated Danny Luna. For the TNA X Division title three-way match, Mustafa Ali retained his championship by defeating Leon Slater and Trent Seven. We had Jake Something with Hammerstone in his corner defeat Mike Bailey. We had Joe Hendry and Rhino defeat first class of AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. We had a Casey casket match. Why Jesus? PCO defeated Moose with Alicia Edwards and Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards in their corner. And then we had a non-title match, where Nick Niman defeated Sammy Callahan. In the last match of the night, Hammerstone, Jake Something, and Trent Seven defeated Ace Austin and the Hardy Boys of Jeff and Matt Hardy. I know my good brother Jay News does not watch this,
no.
but anytime PCO come on my screen, I want to throw it, slam it, stomp it, elbow drop it to the ground. Oh, why Jesus? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the pay-per-view that happened this past Friday, Turning Point. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this pay per view. Not love it as in the sense of overall things, but just like it was refreshing to have a show with just good wrestling that really doesn't get the eyes it normally does. Rosemary defeated Savannah Evans and Zaya Brookside. Mike Santana defeated Frankie Kazarian. In the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match, Joe Hendry defeated Brian Myers, Eric Young, Hammerstone, John Schuyler, and Rhino. For the TNA X Division title match, Moose with his cohort, Alicia Edwards, that's why I like to say it like with her, defeated Laredo Kid. In a non-disqualification match, Steve Macklin defeated Josh Alexander. I just want to know when Josh gonna start getting beat in front of his wife. That's just it. That's it. Ace Austin and Hardy Boys of Jeff and Matt Hardy defeated Kushida, Matt Riddle, and Zachary Wentz. They did the Lord's work. Ladies and gentlemen, for the TNA's Knockouts World Title, 2 out of 3 falls match, Masha Slamovich defeated Jordan Grace 2-1. It started out with Jordan Grace pinning Masha Slamovich, and then Masha Slamovich pinned Jordan Grace back to back 2 times. And last but not least, for the TNA World Title match, Nick Nemeth defeated Eddie Edwards with the help of Sean Bryant, Shell Lakefield. I can't stand JBL. He everywhere I don't want him to be. Yeah, and did you see this? And what
No,
the
no, I didn't. I didn't see any of this. You know me, I'm not much for TNA. Um, I would just to say, just based on the results, shouts to Masha for doing the damn thing with Jordan Grace and retaining her championship. Um, Shouts to Josh Alexander for taking all these goddamn losses. It seems that he's on his way out of TNA.
yeah, it
So
definitely does because he's
yeah,
losing level right and center.
yeah.
Ladies and
So
gentlemen, we on to my favorite part: GCW, GCW, and Josh Barnett sport. Okay, it happened while we were on air last week, and I couldn't wait, which was a mistake to get to see this. It was not doing what it should have been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Lou Nixon defeat Calvin Tankman by TKO. David, I'm not going to pronounce his last name. I'm not going to mess that up. Defeated Matt Mikowski by TKO. Carmen Petrovich defeated Saki by TKO.
Sumi
Dominic,
Sakai.
huh?
Sumi Sakai.
Sumi Sakai.
Mm.
See, that's J News word. Dominic Gennari defeated his partner Kevin Koo. Charlie Dempsey, with Miles Bourne in his corner, defeated Tracy Williams. Marina Shafir with John Moxley in her corner defeated Joe the Threat. TNA Knockouts World Title match, Marsha Slamovich defeated Li Ying Lee by
Mm.
TKO. Royce Isaacs defeated Miles Bourne with Charlie Dempsey in his corner by TKO. Josh Alexander defeated Mike Bailey. And the last match of the night that stemmed from the last blood sport, Josh Barnett, TKO, MVP. Did you hear anything about this, JD?
I did hear about this. It seems, and I want to make sure to make this clear to people who did watch Bloodsport and who have ever watched Bloodsport. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, it's sponsored by GCW. It is not a GCW event per se, but it is sponsored by them. So the booker, the writer, the person who gets all the talent is Josh Barnett at the end of the day. Um, I believe the only thing that Brett Lauderdale has to do with this show is putting the GCW tag on it and acquiring the venue. Outside of that, he's
Yes,
got
and
nothing else.
it's under his purview as far as he puts it on Trilla TV.
Correct, absolutely. But this is also a show where you see talents from all over the place participate. You see WWE talent here, you see AEW talent here, you see TNA talent here, uh, non-signed talent here. Uh, Bloodsport is a good
Melted.
battleground for.
I like. Okay, let me clarify this. The whole no ropes thing.
I mean,
Why?
that's what it's about.
I know, but it's beginning to get a little bit like. At first, it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see it. And now it's like, you just threw that man on out of the ring into somebody's front lap. That ain't cool. Okay, so and also not as much blood in blood sport that you would think. So other than that, I would say this wasn't exciting
Hmm.
and it wasn't so horrible as the time before the last time.
Okay.
So I would just say, just if it was on a 1 to 5, I would say it's about a 2.
Okay. Okay.
Also, MVP, you need to keep your ass out the ring. Excuse me, keep your butt out the ring. Okay. We had GCW. You don't understand. Okay. That took place on the 29th. We had Brandon Kirk defeat Bam Sullivan. Brooke Havoc defeated Zeta Steel. Tony Deppen defeated Man Like Reese. Listen, this match right here sticks to my brain for many reasons. First reason, Man Like Reese always raps out to the ring. Nobody really wants to hear it, but we kind of go along with it. And Tony Deppen came out and was like, "You're a horrible rapper. Don't nobody want to hear that." And he was like, "Well, Tony, you do better than me." And I'm going to quote, it's not going to be the same lines, but he says, I might be a hick from the sticks, but you all can suck my," and just, that was his rap. That's what his rap. And so then Man Like Reese is like, okay, I'm going to rap my theme song again while I'm wrestling you. The match was interfered when Griffin McCoy came to help Tony Deppen. So now there's a group of slime balls together, Tony Deppen, Griffin McCoy, and some other people, who are now working together to help each other. Once Griffin McCoy interrupted got into the match, cost Man Like Reese. Him and Tony Deppen was stomping out Man Like Reese. Grim Reaper came into play. Ladies and gentlemen, I did say that right. Grim Reaper. And this is why this match really took it up for me. Because Grim Reaper and Griffin McCoy had a match set up and they got ready to fight and the fans started chanting, "He gonna smoke you." And then turned around and said, "Light him up." I could not stop hysterically laughing like a little kid. And then on top of that, he whipped out his celebratory roll. As you heard Brett Lauderdale on a commentary screen, that is fake. That is not real. The New York State Commission, that is fake. That's not real. He tried to get Big MLJ to follow along, and that man would not do it. He's like, "It's about 9 ounces." He's like, "No, that is fake. That is fake. That is fake." It got, again, if you know Grim Reaper in the middle of a match, fans throw lighters inside the ring, and he lit that whatever it was, and he got a lot of superpowers. Every puff he took, he got a little bit more power until it got stomped out, and then he got stomped out. And as you see, Griffin McCoy defeated him. CJ News, this is the type of weirdness I like. We had Matt Tremont defeat Lou Nixon. We had we had Allie Catch defeat Microman, and her words were she betrayed Effie in the match last week against Max Warner because her friend cannot wrestle at GCW, talking about Ricky Starks,
Would it, Ricky? Yeah.
because of Effie, and because of Effie, he has ruined this company, and he has stopped people from the company growing. And Max Warner is not a champion you need, but she is.
Mm.
And she says she doesn't blame Michael Man, and she don't blame people for cheering for him because y'all don't understand that she's always been right. And then she proceeds to stomp a mud hole in Micro Man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on with Micro Man or if he's offended with you all calling him Micro Man, but they stopped calling him Micro Man on the announce. They kept slipping up and saying it everywhere, but it was Macro Man. That's what they call him.
Mm.
Megan Bain and Pyro ended in no contest because Pyro's old leader came back in his jail suit to come get him. I don't know if you've seen GCW commercial for the Hammerstein Ball. They are all in yellow jumpsuit. I'm not yellow, orange jumpsuits, getting off a prison bus,
Mm-hmm.
and each one of them are in a court and end up pleading guilty because the lawyer says, "Hey, They're gonna railroad you if you don't to plead for this. And Matt Cardona hits the gavel and says, "You, I found you all guilty." And he said, "Guilty, guilty, guilty" to each one of the GCW workers. Los Desperados, which is
As real.
as reality.
Mhm.
I was gonna say it wrong. And Gringo Loco defeated the special Invery,
Envoy.
Frightmare, Hello Wicked, and Ultra Madness Black. See, this is why you all should keep these names simple. At GCW World Title match, Max Warner with his friend Brusky Jimmy defeated Homicide. I was very, very upset at this. Wish it had never happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to Progress. Progress had chapter 174, Vendetta 2, ladies and gentlemen. And as you see, these are the matches that happened on the screen. Ethan Allen versus Man Like DeReese was a double count out. Emerson Jane defeated Lana Austin. Progress Protest title match. Simon Miller, the champion, defeated Gene Money, Sessions, Martina, and Will Cruz. Um, Ricky Ricky Knight Jr. defeated Trent Seven. Nina Samuels defeated Kanji. Connor Mills and Nico Angelico defeated Lycos Gym. Every time I have to say Lycos Gym, I'm like, why y'all just can't call yourself Lycos? Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos the second. Sanity. Axel Fisher and Big Damo. I love Big Damo. Defeated Subculture of Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. And for the Progress World title match, Luke Jacobs defeated Leon Slater. That was a good match. I say go back and watch that. Anything Luke Jacobs is always fire to me.
Yeah, man. Luke is he's highly slept on, man, but he's on the come up. He's on the come up.
Yes, now we're going to go. Hi, 755. So much appreciate you coming by. Defy. Come on now. Go on, baby. Go to the next club. Yeah, see. There we go. Progress. Come together for Define Progress Onslaught Brooklyn. I think that was during our show or that was a preview of ours. Ladies and gentlemen, Los Desperados, Alvarez and Gringo Loco defeated the main event of Jay Lyon and Midas Black. For the Defy Women's title match, Marina Shafir defeated Allie Catch. Homicide defeated Tay Mayfierce by count out. For the Progress Protest title match, Simon Miller defeated Dark STG. Progress Women's title match, We Hope defeated Zeta Steele. Man Like DeReese defeated Casey Navarro. Mustafa Ali defeated your friend Carl Noir.
That's right.
For the Progress World title match, Luke Jacobs defeated Kevin Knight.
That must have been a banger of a match.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, anytime he gets involved, I'll be like, yeah, go, boy, go. Okay, this is a J News event, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Watch out. It's time for J News to come in the building.
We got the DDT show coming up here. The 10th anniversary, the DNA 10th anniversary show. We had Mao and Mizuki Watase versus Masato Kamino and Yuki Lino, ended in a time limit draw. Akira Joe and Yuki Yoshida defeated Chan Shiri and Reka. Manetatsu Nakamura defeated Uni. Speed of Sounds, Banana Senga and Sutomu Usugi defeated Czech Shimatani and Daiki Shimomura. Kota Yumida and Koki Iwasaki, along with Ryota Nakatsu, defeated Keigo Nakamura, To Y, and Yuya Koraku. And then we had Yuki Ueno defeating Diego. on to Stardom's World Wonder of Ring. This is ladies wrestling from Japan. So we go on to their Stardom Goddess of Stardom Tag League, their version of Tag League. We go on to the show from the 30th, which was yesterday, Saturday. We had the Goddess of Stardom Block A match. We had Cosmic Angel, Team, Natsupoi, and Saori Ano with 12 points after them defeating Empress Nexus Venus, Rian and Waka Tsukiyama. We had Natsuko Tora defeat Aya Sakura and Matoy Hamabe. Suzu Suzuki and Yuna Mizumori defeated God's Eye of Lady C and Ronnie Yagami. Goddess of Stardom Tag League Block B match. We had Stars, Hazuki, and Kaguma with their 14 points after defeating Hate, Konami, and Saya Kamitani, who only have 6 points at this part of the tournament. Block B match, we had Neo Genesis team Azumi and Mayu Amasaki, 6 points after they defeated God's Eye of Saki Kashima and Sayuri, who also have 6 points. Another Block B match, we had Stars members Mayu Iwatani and Momokogo with their 6 points after defeating Cosmic Angel members Sayaka Kurara and Tam Nakano, who also have 6 points. And then we have a Block A match, which had Kahaku and Mei Sarah with their 9 points after defeating Hate members Momo Watanabe and Thekla, who also have 9 points in their block. We have a match here. Let me see where we're at. Hold on a second. We had a match here that had Hanan, Haina, and Rina defeating Ruaka, Sayalita, and Starlight Kid. So that ended the night there for the Goddess of Stardom. I forget which night this was, but this was what took place yesterday on the 30th. We then have Pro Wrestling Noah, the number 2 promotion in Japan. They had their Limit Break EX5 show on the 24th. We had Junior Matsunaga defeating Daiki Odashima. Black Menso Ray versus Leave Mask was a double submission. Chris Weiss, Satsuki Nagao, and Takuya Sugawara defeated Kazuyuki Fujita, Shuhei Taniguchi, and Yu Owada. We had Muhammad Yone defeating Tomomitsu Matsunaga, and Atsushi Katoge and Kohei Kinoshita defeated Brian Ishizaka and Koji Iwamoto. And then for the 0-1 World Heavyweight title match, we had Go Shiozaki, the champion, defeat Shuji Ishikawa. We then have Noah's show on the 25th, which was the Mad Magic, the Autumn Final. We go with Atsushi Kotoge and Go Shiozaki versus Junta Miyawaki and Uka Sasaki, ended in a time limit draw. Daga defeated Alejandro and Amakusa and Iyata and Hayata. Bozilla and Nagisa Nozaki from Marigold defeated the great Sakuya and Takumi Iroha in a double countout. So that was a double countout between the two. Naomichi Marufuji defeated Yu Owada. Alpha Wolf, Dragon Bane, El Hijo de Dr. Barker Jr., and Galeno del Mal defeated Anthony Green, Kevin Blackwood, Titus Alexander, and Vinny Mazzaro. And then for the GHC heavyweight title match, we had the champion, Kaito Kiyomiya, defeating the Brian Kendrick after his comeback to Japan only a little bit over a week ago. We then had Noah's Sunny Voyage in Shinagawa, part 2, go down. This took place yesterday on the 30th. So we had Go Shiozaki defeating Kai Fujimura. Jack Morris defeated Tadasuke. Keno defeated Yuto Kikuchi. Alejandro defeated Uka Sasaki. Masaki Tamiya defeated Hayata. Manabu Soya and Yohei went to a time limit draw. And then Kaito Kiyomiya, the current GHG champion, defeated Haru Toki. And that was yesterday on the 30th. We then had more matches to go on. Muhammad Yone. Salsa 755 Media. Muhammad Yone defeated Yu Owada. Go Shiozaki and Manabu Soya went ahead and had a time limit draw with Masaki Tamiya and Uka Sasaki. Team 2000X, which is Daga and Jack Morris, along with Yoshitatsu, defeated Iyata and Shuhei Taniguchi. Rattels, Hayata and Tadasuke, along with Yohei and Yuto Kikuchi, defeated Amakusa, Atsushi Kote, Daika Odashima, and Junta Miyawaki. All Rebellion, Alejandro, Harutoki, Kai Fujimura, Kaito Kiyomura, and Keno defeated Alpha Wolf, Anthony Green, Black Mensore, Dragon Bane, and LJ Cleary. And in the GHC Tag Team title match, we had Naomichi Marufuji, the legend, along with Takashi Sugiyara, the champions, defeat El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno del Mal. So we had that on Volume 2. New Japan Pro Wrestling, the banner pro wrestling company in Japan. Continuing on with World Tag League, we had to mention to break down the blocks. So the tag teams go as follows. A blocks, we have Bishiman, we have Hiroki, which is Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta, Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma, United Empire members Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman, Alex Zane and Ryusuke Taguchi are a team, Los Ngobanamas Japón represented by Shikun Takagi and Yota Tsuji, TMDK members Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa, Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd and Sonata. Over on the B block side, we have United Empire, Great Okan and Hanare, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Just 4 guys, Taka Michinoku and Tai Chi. TMDK's Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. Los Ngobanawas Japón also being represented by Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi, The Ace, and Jado are a tag team. Natural Classics, Tommy and Stevie Phillip. And then we have Toru Yano and Bolton Oleg representing their team, and House of Torture members Ren Narita and Evil. We have the show from the 26th. We have the Young Lions of Daiki Nagai and Matsutori Yasuda go to a time limit draw. Shota Umino, Tiger Mask, and Tomoaki Hama defeated Funky Sauce of Alex Zane and Reisuke Taguchi along with Katsuya Murashima. TMDK members Koze Fujita, Ryohei Oiwa, and Zack Sabre Jr. Defeat Bishiman members Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi along with Shoma Kato. United Empire's Callum Newman, Jacob Austin Young, and Jeff Cobb defeat Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd, Gato, and Sonata. Bullet Club's Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimori defeated Los Ngobanamas Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Yota Tsuji. We have Block B matches from the World Tag League. We have Oleg Bolton and Toru Yano defeating the Natural Classics of Stevie Phillip and Tommy Phillip. So at this point, Toru Yano and Oleg Bolton have 4 points. Block B match again, TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado, so they get up to 4 points. That is TMDK. Los Ngobanamas Japón being represented by Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito defeat just 4 guys, Taichi and Taka Michinoku, so that gets the LIJ guys to 4 points. And then we had the main event of the night, which had the United Empire members, the champions, the Great Okan and Hanare, defeat House of Torture members Evil and Ren Narita. Those 2 teams both tied currently at 4 points apiece. That happened on the 26th. We now have the show that happened on the 27th. We have Shoma Kato defeating Masatori Yasuda. We then have multi-man matches here. Oleg Bolton, Tiger Mask, and Toru Yano defeated United Empire members Great Okan, Hanare, and Jacob Austin Young. TMDK members Koze Fujita, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste defeat House of Torture members Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita. Bullet Club members Stevie Phillip, Taiji Ishimori, and Tommy Phillip defeated Los Ngobanamas Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito. Just 4 guys, Doki, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jado, and Katsuya Murashima. On to Block A action, we had Funky Sauce, Alex Zane, and Ryusuke Taguchi defeating Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma. The Funky Sauce team getting their first win of the tournament there, so they get 2 points. Block A action continues as Bullet Club War Dogs members Gabe Kidd and Sonata defeat United Empire's Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb. Out of this, the second win for the Bullet Club War Dog members of Gabe Kidd and Sonata here. We then go on to Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta getting their first win of the tournament against Los Ngobanamas Japón's Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji. And then the main event of this particular night, we had Bishiman, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi defeating TMDK's Ryohei Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr. We then go on to the next night, which was on the 28th. We had Funky Sauce, Alexander Ryusuke Taguchi, along with Katsuya Murashima, defeating Bishiman members Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and Shoma Kato. United Empire members Callum Newman, Jacob Austin Young, and Jeff Cobb defeated Los Ngobanamas Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Yota Tsuji. Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta defeated TMDK members Koze Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. along with Ryohei Oiwa by DQ. Interesting. missed this night. Shota Umino, Tiger Mask, and Tomoaki Hanma defeated Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kid, Gato, and Sonata. On to Block B action, we had Los Cinco Bananas de Japon's Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito get another win with 6 points here, defeating the natural classics of Stevie Phillip and Tommy Phillip, which only have one win in the tournament. We then have Block B action again, United Empire's Great Okan and Hanare, the champions, getting their other win here, 6 points to them, defeating Oleg Bolton and Toru Yano. House of Torture members Evil and Ren Narita get their third win of the tournament by defeating TMDK members Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. And we then had the main event of the night, which was Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado getting their first win of the tournament, defeating just four guys, Tai Chi and Taka Michinoku. We then had the other night on the 29th, we had Shomakato defeating Daiki Nagai. We then had just four guys defeating Doki, Tai Chi, just for guys of Doki, Tai Chi, and Taka Michinoku, defeating Oleg Bolton, Tiger Mask, and Toru Yano. House of Torture members Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita defeating Bullet Club members Gato, Stevie Phillip, and Tommy Phillip. The United Empire's Great Okan and Hanare, along with Jacob Austin Young, defeated TMDK members Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste. Los Cinco Bananas de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jado, and Katsuya Murashima. Block A action continues. Funky Sauce, Alex Zane, and Ryusuke Taguchi get their second win of the tournament by defeating Bishimon's members of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. We then have Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd and Sonata getting their third win of the tournament by defeating Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma. Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta get their second win of the tournament, defeating TMDK members Ryohei Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr., so they're all tied there at 4 points apiece. And then the main event of that night, we had Los Cinco Bananas de Japón, Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji get their third win of the tournament by defeating United Empire's Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb. Yeah, buddy. So we on to the first, which was today, this morning. Hello to everybody in the chat. 10! I see you. Thank you, Ruby. So on to the match that happened this morning. We have Shomakato defeating Daiki Nagai. We have Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd, Gato, and Sonata defeating Funky Sauce, Alex Zane, and Ryusuke Taguchi along with Katsuya Murashima. United Empire members Callum Newman, Jacob Austin Young, and Jeff Cobb defeated Bishamon of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi along with Katsuya Murashima. Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta defeated Tiger Mask and Tomoaki Hanma. And then we have TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Ryohei Oiwa, and Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Los Cinco Bananas de Japón's Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Yota Tsuji. On to Block B action. We have Oleg Bolton and Toru Yano getting their third win of the tournament by defeating just four guys of Tai Chi and Taka Michinoku, who just have one win. House of Torture members Evil and Ren Narita get their fourth win, up to 8 points, defeated the natural classics of Stevie Phillip and Tommy Phillip. We then had Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado getting their second win of the tournament by defeating Los Cinco Bananas de Japón, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito. And then we had the main event of that night of the show today of United Empire members, the champions, the Great Okan and Hanare, getting their fourth win of the tournament by defeating TMDK members Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste, who have 4 points. So that happened all today. Dolores is back, y'all, as I ran through all the happenings in the Japanese wrestling circuit. So there's that.
I wanted to, because normally we would keep going, but it's a stopping moment. Okay, some of these names, when it comes to New Japan, are easier. Hey, T, are easier than might have been. Okay, for instance, if you just said Los Ingobernables de Japón, it's easier when you have to say it again and say Los Ingobernables de Japón. See?
Yes, absolutely.
It hits what I'm saying. You listen to J News long enough, you gonna catch it. You gonna be like, as what Bianca say, snatch and drag, snatch and drag. You have to do that, okay? Listen, the rest of the names on Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT, they fight me. I don't fight them. New Japan Pro Wrestling, okay, I got you.
It's because we watch them more, I think, and we hear their names being said more often. So I think
they confuse me so bad when they be like Bolton Oleg, and they be like Oleg Bolton, and I'm like, no, they said the opposite round. They be like Bolton Oleg, and I'm like, sir,
it's not that.
But they won't do other people's names and stuff like that. They just do like the new people like that.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you ain't out here screaming, Takashi, a home run. Y'all don't do that.
They do. It's because that's the in
Some
traditionally
announcers won't do it, but some will. And I'll be looking at them like, come on, sir. You know you got to be
traditionally in
consistent.
Japan, the last name goes first, and then the first name and stuff like
I was
that.
like, yeah, no. So, when they come to America, people break it down like real slow.
Yeah,
Like we watch New Japan, they're like Tomohiro Ishii. Then but in America, they're like Tomohiro Ishii, and I'm looking at them like, I'm not slow. Okay, if you teach me, I can do it. Sonata, I used to look. Listen, Sonata is still my favorite. If you all ever look back history of New Japan, Sonata looked like a homeless man. And until he won a championship and he became fine. I mean, fine. I was like, sir, call me now. Don't wait. Don't stop past. Go keep it going. Listen,
Sonata's always been that
if that's
guy.
what winning does for you, a lot of people need to win. Okay?
Hey man, listen.
A lot of people need you got win no matter what. Listen. So back to the fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we on a preview. Preview. I get to go first because I'm just that special. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start off with WWE. Yes, I know I just reviewed something, but it's a deadline, ladies and gentlemen, and the deadline is this Saturday. So you know what's gonna happen? I am going to be online. I'm going to talk about this further because if you don't know, I will be online every day in December. Not live. Listen, if I do that, y'all have to pick me off the floor somewhere. So, we're going to preview Deadline. That happens on 12/7. I don't know why the other 12 came. I was fighting for that all day. We have for the WWE NXT Tag Team title match, Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus their mysterious partners. Opponents, sorry. For the WWE NXT title number one contendership Iron Survivor match, we have Ethan Page versus Wesley versus Nathan Frazier versus Javon Evans versus Mystery Person.
Right.
For the WWE NXT title number one contendership Iron Survivor challenge match, Stephanie Vaquer versus Julia versus Zaria versus Solo Ruka versus Mystery Person.
Hmm.
And last but not least, for the WWE NXT title, Trick Williams. And when I say that, you got to say, whoop that trick, get a whoop that trick. Versus Ridge Holland, which every time you hear him is woo, 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 because the ambulance is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, MLW has a show. I know we don't really talk about MLW that much, but they're getting back around. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch this show, I'm telling you, an app that you don't have to pay for to watch it. MLW is now on YouTube. Their
Mhm.
pay-per-views and shows are on YouTube. So if you go to Major League Wrestling, and you see that little icon up there that says MLW, you can watch their shows for free. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Eric Bischoff's One Shot 2024. And if you don't know who Eric Bischoff is, be
You're
glad.
better off for it.
Yeah,
You're
you
better
will.
off for it.
So it's on the 5th. For the MLW World Tag Team title match, we have Contra Unit. Ikaro Kwan and Minoru Suzuki, the champions, versus Cozy Max, Akamura, and Kojima.
Kojima.
It slipped. It was like Delores, don't do that. Kojima. Satoshi. And is it Satoshi?
Yes, Satoshi.
See, look, I knew the first word. I was like, either I'm gonna mess up the last word or the first word, and I was like, let me
Yeah.
go for that. See, listen, roulette tag team match. We have the Andersons of Brock Anderson and C.W. Anderson versus Matthew Justice and a mystery partner, Donovan Dijak, with Saint Laurent in his corner versus Matt Riddle. I mean, I don't know who I want to win it because I don't like none of them. For the MLW middleweight title match, we have Mystico, the champion, versus Trevor Lee. So, ladies and gentlemen, Progress has an upcoming show.
Mhm.
It's the Onslaught to Chicago. That is night 2 on the that's happening currently right now. So as soon as I get off here, y'all know where y'all can find me. Watching that on Triller TV. Uh Not Triller. Is it on Triller TV?
It should be.
No, because lately, yeah, because it's Defy. But
It's
lately, Progress has been doing this on app.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Progress World Title match: Luke Jacobs, the champion, versus man like Darius. I'll get to see him rap again. Ooh. For the Defy Tag Team Title three-way match, we have C4, Cody Chun, Guillermo Rosas,
Hmm.
the champions versus Los Desperados, which is Ares and Gringo Loco. For the Progress Women's title match, Riho versus Vert Vixen, that's going to be probably a banker. For the AAW Tag Team title match, Russ Johnson and Scoff versus Sunshine Machine of Chuck Colombo and TK Cooper. Listen, every time I think about Chuck Colombo, I think about it. I'm not even going to say it. Timothy Thatcher versus Kiara Noir. Kiara Noir. Ladies and gentlemen, now we on to GCW previews. GCW. And as you see, the first will be Say You Will. Okay? Say You Will. Because, oh, sorry. Because that most times I won't say I will. We have, I'm going to say it in a weird way, so just watch out. If it'll come up, ladies and gentlemen, come up. I'm going to tell you who that is, though. It is, there we go. See, now it don't want to work, but I'm like, don't want to work. Okay, so hot commodity of Hayden Buckland and Trevor Outlaw versus the garbage daddies of Alex Price and Cole Radrick. Griffin McCoy and Kerry Morton versus Bang Matthews of August Matthews and Davey Bain. Matthew Justice versus Lou Nixon. For the GCW Tag Team title, Violence is Forever. Dominic Grenard and Kevin Koo, the champions versus the Soul. I'm not gonna say that last word because I know it's bad. Acid Jazz and Rocket are their opponents. Gringo Loco versus Microman. That's gonna that. I'm wait a minute. I'm trying to get it. I'm gonna get it. I, I'm okay. I got it. Microman is about 1 feet 1, and that's why when we said Microman, we initially know that. Now I would say he normally lose J News, but I'm about to help J News to something. A Microman run a tournament in GCW where he beat 100 other men to be the last man standing. Yes, Microman, the same man who cannot even climb the steps to get to the ring, has to have a chauffeur lift him into the ring. That's Microman. I'm gonna see next week. Promise you all. Promise. I'm gonna have a picture of Microman. I'm gonna have a picture. If I can find it by the end of this show, I probably would do. But Microman, we gonna see Microman 5 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Zachary Wentz versus Sidney Akeem, aka Smoking and Reggie, out here in the world. John Wayne Murdoch versus my brother from another mother Effie. And last but not least for that show, GCW World Title Match, Mance Water versus the lovable Kylie Ray. As we saw before, on the 6th, we have GCW Ransom. Listen, that's what you stick them up. Come on now. We have the one and only Rich Swann versus Jack Cartwheel. Man like Doris versus Smoking at Reggie, Sydney a King. We have John Wayne Murdoch versus Lindsay Snow. Joey Janela versus Zachary Wentz. Okay. Now we have another GCW show, but as of right now, I didn't make a graphic for them because they only got one match. Mans Warner versus Tank. That is for the show on the 7th the next day. And they also don't have it listed anywhere. So we're going to go on to Jay News' favorite thing. And that is New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're going to go over the World Tag League. And Jay News can remind you of all the people. Well, I can remind you since Jay News is going to be doing some hard work after this. A block, we have Bishiman, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi. Bullet Club, Chase Owens and Kenta. Shota Umino and Homna on as a team. United Empire, Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman. Alex Zane and Taguchi. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Shingo Takagi, Yoda Tsuji. TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr. and Oiwa. Bullet Club, War Dogs, Gate Kid and Sonata. B block, we have United Empire, Great Khan and Hanare. Just for Guys, Taka Michinoku and Tai Chi. TMDK, Shane Hayes and Mikey Nichols. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado. Natural Classic of Tommy and Steve Flip. Sorry, every time I see their name, I just die. Toriano and Bolton Oleg. And last but not least, House of Torture, Ren, Narita, and Evil. So let's get into it, G News.
Right on, right on. World Tag League. As of tomorrow, we have another show coming up. Shomakato versus Masatoru Yasuda. Sorry. Then we have Bullet Club members Gato, Stevie Phillip, and Tommy Phillip versus United Empire members Great Khan, Hanare, and Jacob Austin Young. We then have TMDK members Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste go up against just four guys, Doki, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jado, and Katsuya Murashima versus Oleg Bolton, Tiger Mask, and Toriano. We have Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito go up against House of Torture members Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita. We then have Block A action, Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma versus Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta. Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd and Sonata go up against Taguchi and Alex Zane, Funky Sauce. We then have Bishiman, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi versus United Empire members Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Shingo Takagi and Yoda Tsuji go up against TMDK members Ryohei Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr. And then we have more action on the 4th. Daiki Nagai will go one-on-one versus Masatoru Yasuda. The Young Lions keep going at it. Alex Zane and Katsuya Murashima versus Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta. Bishiman members Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi along with Shoma Kato go up against Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd, Gato, and Sonata. Shota Umino, Tiger Mask, and Tomoaki Hanma go up against Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Yoda Tsuji. We then have United Empire members Callum Newman, Jacob Austin Young, and Jeff Cobb go up against TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Ryohei Oiwa, and Zack Sabre Jr. Then we have Block B action. TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste go up against just four guys, Tai Chi and Taka Michinoku. We then have the natural classics of Stevie Phillip and Tommy Phillip go up against United Empire members the Great Okan and Hanare. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jado go up against Oleg Boltin and Toru Yano. And then we have Los Ingobernables Japón. Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito versus the House of Tortures, Evil and Ren Narita. On to the fifth. More World Tag League action. We have Shomakato and Daiki Nagai. Young Lions doing it up. Bullet Club members Gato, Stevie Phillip, and Tommy Phillip against just four guys, Doki, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku. Oleg Bolton, Tiger Mask, and Toru Yano go up against TMDK members Kosei Fujita, Mahina goes to Shane Haste. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jado, and Katsuya Murashima go up against House of Torture members Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita. Los Ingobernables Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Tetsuya Naito go up against United Empire members Great Okan, Hanare, and Jacob Austin Young. And then we have Block 8 action. United Empire members Callum Newman and Jeff Cobb go up against TMDK's Ryohei Oiwa and Zack Sabre Jr. We have Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma go up against Los Ingobernables Japón, Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji. Bullet Club members Chase Owens and Kenta go up against Ryusuke Taguchi and Alex Zane, Funky Sauce. And then we have Bishiman, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi versus Bullet Club War Dog members Gabe Kidd and Sonata. On to the 6th
I'm
of
going to help
December.
my good brother out for a second, ladies and gentlemen. We have Daiki Nagata and Murashima versus Usada. And Kato. See, look. This is why I don't help often. Bishima, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi with Taguchi and Alex Zane versus Bullet Club, Chase Owens, Gabe Kidd, Kenta, and Sonata. We have Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji versus United Empire, Callum Newman, Jacob Austin Young, and Jeff Cobb. We have Shota Umino, Tiger Mask, and Homna versus TMDK of Kosei Fujita, Oiwa, Zack Sabre Jr. In World Tag League B matches, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jado versus House of Torture, Evil, and Ren Narita. I hope Ren Narita and Evil lose. We have another B block match. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito versus United Empire, Great Okan and Hanare. We have the natural classics in a B block match. Steve and Tommy Flip versus just for guys of Taichi and Taka Michinoku. We have a B block match for that day. Oleg Bolton, Toriano, TMDK versus TMDK of Mikey Nichols and Shane Hayes. Listen, on the 28th, we have a date, but we only got one thing listed so far because we have to get through these other ones. And that's the World Tag League final match. And nobody is listed because we haven't got through these dates.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this, okay? But we got so much more in store for you. Let's get back to. You are not J News. Thank you. I saw myself over there in your corner. I was like, I am not J News. Listen, sometimes you gotta, do what you gotta do. Listen, J News, it's your turn to talk about yourself and do your spotlight after that.
Okay.
Because my
Fair
eyes.
enough. Fair enough.
J News, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that man. And I want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that's a good man, Savannah. That is a good man.
Anyways, folks, I always appreciate Dolores for allowing me to chop it up here on our podcast, the Hit the Roast podcast, to let you guys know I am back to to the movie theaters. I have been to the movies a few times this week alone, so I don't have any written reviews or any recorded reviews up as of yet. Um, just trying to figure out what the podcast thing and what the writing is going to be going forward. So I'll let you guys know as to when that happens. You can check me out on on Twitter and X. Dolores usually has my QR code somewhere here during the live feed for you guys to there you go for you guys to check that out if you want. I'm on Letterbox there. I have a lot of different written reviews on Letterbox as well as just star ratings for certain movies recently. Um, and I do that's basically my main thing, or at least what I wanted to do was do movie reviews and things of that nature. So I'm gonna get back to doing that and fleshing that out and seeing how that goes in the coming months. Also, check me out, obviously, here every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the lovely Dolores doing our Hit the Roast podcast, where we talk about everything in pro wrestling uh, for the week that was. Also, check me out on the True Heel Heat podcast when it comes to all the New Japan Pro Wrestling action. I am on there with my team of SP3 and Sanal and other guests that come and join the crew. So please check us out on True Heel Heat there as well. And yeah, that is the spiel for me uh, for the time being. But I came up with a spotlight this week of a wrestler who just recently made his return to WWE TV, a man of many, many talents, a former New Japan Pro Wrestling Intercontinental and IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and now currently the WWE United States Champion after his win at Survivor Series. None other than the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. I wanted to mention Shinsuke and spotlight him because he just recently did come back onto WWE TV. He's got a new character arc going on, this new evolution of his character where he's a little bit more dark, a little bit more sinister. He is starting to spew the mist, as they say, as he takes that out of the page of one of his favorite wrestlers of all time, Keiji Muto, aka the Great Muta. And so this darker, more evil and sinister character has allowed and allotted Shinsuke Nakamura to get his first big win in the WWE in quite some time. This is now his third reign as United States champion in the WWE. But I wanted to spotlight Shinsuke because he just came back with this new character evolution, and we'll see as to where it goes. And he has been having good to decent matches with the competitors that he's been in the ring with in recent weeks. So Shinsuke always delivers in that realm of pro wrestling. So I just wanted to spotlight Shinsuke on a job well done and his comeback to TV wrestling. You're on mute, Dolores. You're on mute.
This time it was this microphone. I got three microphones on this thing, and it just. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't go check out J News channel, even though he's gonna be a little late, then I'm gonna have to call you a lame. Okay? I'm like, you lame, you mean, you hateful. I'm gonna have to just bop, 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 bop. Listen, I've been enjoying my time on this little run of mines, but I really appreciate J News because he really he informs us, he teaches us. Okay? He lets us know what is going on out here in these movie streets and also in these Spanish and Japanese streets. Because sometimes your girl I be fighting for my life out here. And as y'all saw when J News was missing, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was in shambles. I was reaching for the edge and nobody was there. Okay? J News, don't you ever leave me like that again. Don't you leave me, J News. Okay? Because if
I'll
not,
do
I'm
my
about to
best.
listen, J News leave me again, y'all call the popos. Okay? Tell them this good man let me down. Okay? Don't do me, okay? I didn't do nothing to you, J News, okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I would tell my mama, J News left me hanging out here in these streets like I was microman. I'll tell her you left me like microman. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you all that uh J News J News be doing the most. He be doing the most. I'm like, J News, please, please save me. Don't let me be out here to my stick flip, 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 flip. I be looking like I got a problem. Okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, I got before I tell you about myself what's going on this week, I got one good surprise. Micro Man! Micro Man! Micro Man is in the house. I told y'all I was gonna find Micro Man. Micro Man, that's him, and that's pretty much an accurate stand-up photo. Maybe like a few seconds missing off his feet. But other than that, that is Micro Man, ladies and gentlemen. Every time somebody say something wrong, I'm gonna be like, you know who I'm gonna get to come get you? Micro Man. Listen, Jay, I think I can fight Micro Man now. He might beat me. He might beat me. I think he flip some big people over, Jay
I mean,
News.
he's a worker. He's a brother, so I can't knock him
Now
for
the
doing
man,
what he's doing.
I noticed it was the same man at first. And that's a different. It's whoever next to the ring. What happened to the person that was helping him out? That was helping him get up.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Listen, I remember that Micro Man. I'm really am. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get on to me. The pink girl in her pink world. Yes, 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 yes. I am here to tell you all that today is the start of December. Now, listen, you're saying, Dolores, there are 25 days, 24 now, left to Christmas. What are you doing? And I would say, yes, Christmas content is from the 1st to the 25th. Now, I have a cheat code because Hit the Ropes podcast comes on live at 9 p.m. on Sundays. So that's when you'll get your Sunday content. Okay? I every day, Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., there will be content on my channel from Monday to the first from the second to the 31st. 11 a.m. every day of the week there will be something, either a video, a short, a community post, and I'm gonna break it down to you how it goes. Because even I had to write it down. Monday we have Canva Christmas. That's when I'll be showing you a tutorial how to do something that might help you for the Christmas holiday. After the 25th, that first Monday, it'll be New Year's. It'll be something you can do for the new year in Canva. It'll be something I'll show you. Tuesdays, there are shorts about Christmas quotes along with my favorite Christmas songs that I like. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tuesday after Christmas, it will be a New Year quote and a New Year song. Thursdays, it will be conversation with Dolores. I pick a topic. You all talk in the chat or in the comments. Tell me what you feel about about the question that I've asked. Interact with me. I'll interact with you. Again, after the 25th, it will be a New Year's question on the topic, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, then it's Friday is Dolores Loves Art. But we are doing the Christmas edition. So as you see, I will be doing Christmas art, Christmas coloring, Christmas things up until after Christmas, and then we'll have a New Year's little coloring thing that I put out for Dolores Loves Art. Every Saturday, there will be quizzes on my post on my community tab. There will be the podcast on Sunday. So, yes, you get a video on Monday, Canva Christmas. Tuesday, you get a short about my favorite Christmas quotes I found in music. Christmas jokes are on the community tab on Wednesday. Thursdays, you have a video about a topic conversation with Dolores. Friday, you have Dolores Loves Art, our Christmas edition, which is a video. And then you have a post on Christmas quizzes on every Saturday. And every Sunday, you'll catch me here on the Hit the Ropes podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you support a girl. Come check out my link tree. I am everywhere. I have to put my blue sky on there. I'm on LinkedIn, Blue Sky, everything you can think of. I am on it. So make sure you join your girl because we gonna have a good time. Remember, every single day at 11 a.m., except for Sundays, there will be content on this channel. Interact with it. I'll interact with you. We'll have a good time. So put me back in my corner. Hey, J News. How you doing? Did you enjoy this week in wrestling?
It was an interesting week to say the least. A lot of different, the C2 started off well, so I want to see what the storylines there continue there on AEW. I feel like the WWE stuff is not up in the air in a bad way, but I feel like, not necessarily knowing as to where they're going is more good than bad at this point when it comes to certain storylines. I think it was overall a good week for pro wrestling. Tag League chugging along. This will be the last week of Tag League over the New Japan side. So we'll see as to who wins Tag League over there and how it all breaks down. And yeah, the end of the year is coming. Some talent contracts are about to expire, and we're gonna see some shifting around in the new year. So we'll see how it all breaks down.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I plan on it's not scheduled right now, even though I still have something scheduled to come out for the Christmas week. It's still going to come out on Saturday. I will be going live for Deadline, so I will be putting that out after this, scheduling that live. Deadline WWE. It is on Peacock. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, anytime we do a watch along, especially when it comes to wrestling, sports, anything, I like to play games. I know not all of you all are wrestling fans. I'm hoping some of you all will turn into wrestling fans because, I don't like to be alone. I'm in group chats and talking to J News and over on the other podcasts. I'm just everywhere with wrestling. And I would like to see more people come on down. There's wrestling for everybody. If you like old school wrestling, there's something out there for you. If you're into the jokes and the giggles of it, there's something for you. If you're into hardcore wrestling, glass, tables, barbed wires, bats, there's something for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time I get into my bag. And my bag is, and I said this yesterday, it's to tell you all bye bye in the nicest way. Okay? You know, J News, you know how some people, when they stay at your house and you be like, the party over with and you dance and you like, ooh, yeah, it's about to end in about 5 minutes. And that person's still going and you like, 2 more minutes,
Yeah,
you gotta get up
you
out of
know
here.
what? I'll willingly admit I've been that person. You know what I'm saying? I'll willingly admit I've been that person. As a matter of fact, that happened to me recently at a close friend's house where I wasn't getting a hint and they was kicking everybody out, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Let me go get my phone and my shoes. Like, yeah, I get it.
They should have did what I'm about to do now. Ladies and gentlemen, I so much appreciate you. Thank you for going over there and checking out my good brother J News. Make sure you like, subscribe. I see y'all over there liking. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all.
My good brother got some good information. If you ain't checked out his what is it called?
Oh, my movie pod. It's my
Yeah,
first name, John L. Your friendly neighborhood
I'm
moviegoer.
talking about your letterbox.
Oh, the letterbox account. It's in my juice. It's in my It is in my link tree. You can catch me letterbox.com/. I think my username is just John OYFNMG. So you can catch my profile there, and you'll see as to all the movies that I've watched this year, the ones that I reviewed, the ones that I've only done star ratings on. Like the last movie that I saw was Gladiator 2. I just saw that on Tuesday. Um, I gave it 3.5 stars, I believe. I didn't necessarily write a review about it, but short and long end, it was entertaining, but it wasn't better than the first. There was some plot holes here and there. Strong performances by Paul Mescal and Denzel Washington, and Pedro Pascal. Some of the stuff just didn't make any actual sense or historical sense. But yet again, it is Hollywood and it is a movie. It's not necessarily a documentary, right? So we take it for what it is. At the end of the day, like I said, I was still entertained, but some of the stuff was just a little bit like it just seemed out of place. But with the strong performances, and it was well shot. I think the colorization was good, cinematography was decent, editing in certain places could have been better, but that goes hand in hand with what I was saying before, that there were some things that were off about the movie, which is why I can't necessarily give it this resounding review. It was if I were to be bringing back my grade scale, I would call this a mid movie. Not necessarily something that I would that gets my stamp of approval, or that's not necessarily watchable, but it's mid. Mid, not necessarily meaning bad, but it's not good either. So that's why I would say that about Gladiator 2.
See, ladies and gentlemen, you would have ran out there and spent all that money and got your popcorn, got in the movie, got disappointed. Okay? Jay News just saved you time and money. Okay? He said, wait for it to come out on Netflix or something else. This ain't worth your time. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a friend, aka, because listen, I'm ready to leave the moment I step in the door. Jay News, he likes to party. Okay? Only time, I know y'all be like, Dolores, you like to talk, but guess what? Don't let this YouTube fool you. Because I'll be ready to leave. Pick up the phone. I'm ready to go to bed. Okay? Ask Ruby. She'll tell you how many times I went to sleep. Sleep. Out. College match is over. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, when you got an annoying friend who just won't leave, and you like, it's hot, I'm tired, I'm cleaning up, and you still over in the corner just did it, bopping and dancing. You know what you do? Cut the light out.
That's right on.
You gotta tell them good night. And so until then, ladies and gentlemen, remember, go join J News. 1. 2, every single day except for Sunday. Somebody gonna say, well, Dolores, I thought you were gonna come on Sunday. Every single day except for Sunday, there will be content on the channel. Check out the shorts, check out the community tab, check out the videos. It will be something there every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? Make sure you interact with me. Tell me if you like it, didn't like it. You want something else you want to do. Let me know. And then on Sundays, me and J News will be here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to hit the ropes in the week of wrestling. Okay? And until then, ladies and gentlemen, me and J News will say peace.